Let's make a cast iron German pancake.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Robyn on the Farm. Today we're going to be making one of my very favorite recipes. This is a German pancake recipe. I've also heard it called skillet pancake or Danish pancake. Either way, it's a great recipe. It is great for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. All you need are some eggs, flour, milk, salt, and if you want to add some vanilla. I like adding vanilla, but you don't have to. So that's it. Let's get started on the recipe. Now, this recipe for German pancakes uses a 10-inch cast iron skillet. If you don't have a cast iron skillet, you can also use like an 8x8 glass pan. That works too. But I like cast iron cooking. I love it actually. So I'm gonna use this 10-inch cast iron skillet. I just turned my oven on to 400, so I'm gonna throw the skillet in to heat up while we mix up all of our ingredients. This is a super simple, easy recipe, but there is a trick. And that is, you wanna add your flour and your milk together first and whisk that up before you add your eggs. If you try to put it all together and then whisk it, you're gonna get clumps that you just can't get out, even with an electric mixer. So the order that you put things into your bowl actually matters for this recipe. So we are gonna start with a cup of all-purpose flour. So just put a cup of all-purpose flour in your bowl and a cup of milk. You can use any kind of milk you want. I'm using raw, whole cow milk. Okay. Now, you wanna whisk this up. If you want to, you can use a hand mixer and just beat it up real quick, but this little whisk is gonna do the job just fine. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. If I had tried to put the eggs in with all of this, there would be clumps and balls and it would just never turn out good. So this is important. So do your flour and your milk first. Okay, now that that's good, I'm gonna go ahead and add my salt. You're gonna want 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Just throw that in there on top. So I'm gonna whisk that up for a second too before I add my eggs. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, for this German pancake recipe, you want 6 eggs. So here are my eggs. You can see I got some pretty brown eggs and pretty green eggs. I'm gonna use 6 eggs, okay? So just crack them and throw them in your bowl. So hopefully you can see these amber yolks. They are bright, neon orange, and beautiful. That's from our chickens being able to free range. They just have a really good diet, and so the yolks are super bright orange. Okay, so now that you have 6 eggs in there, just whisk it all together. If you can see it, hopefully you can see it, my batter is totally smooth. There are no clumps or anything like that, and it just took a second to whisk it up. So that's a good trick. If you've ever tried making German pancakes in the past and you had it all clumpy and gross, probably because you added the eggs a little too early. Okay, now I like vanilla. You can also do almond extract. That's really good too. But I'm gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla. And like I said, you don't have to do this, but I like it sweet, so I add that. Okay, whisk that up again. And that's it. That's all there is to this recipe. So easy, isn't it? Okay, I'm gonna grab my cast iron skillet from the stove. It should be pretty warm. And I stuck it in there early because I wanna melt some butter. I stuck about a tablespoon of butter in there. I'm gonna let it melt in there. A lot of people put their cast iron skillet in the stove with the butter in it while they're mixing up their ingredients, but sometimes your butter can burn. So this is how I like to do it. This is super simple to me. So here it is, nice and buttery. If you don't want it that buttery, you don't have to use that much butter, but it sure does make it good. Okay, now that's all ready. My oven is preheated to 400, so it's ready to go. So I'm just gonna pour my batter into the pan. Here we go. Okay, now that our batter is in the skillet, I'm gonna pop the skillet back into the oven. I'm gonna let this bake at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. I usually actually let it bake for about 18 minutes, so you're just gonna kind of have to watch it, but 18 to 20 minutes seems to be perfect for this. Okay, so our German pancake's ready, just got it out of the oven. It took about 18 minutes, so 18 to 20 minutes is perfect timing, I think. So it rises super high like that, isn't that cool? And then in just a minute, it'll fall, but it's so fun, the kids love this. So this is gonna be our lunch today. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna put some powdered sugar on it, put some syrup on it, and eat it. It's gonna be so good. Look at that. It's super light and fluffy. It's hot, it's steaming, it's gonna be good. Okay, I'm gonna throw some powdered sugar on it. Some good old plain bad for you syrup. It's gonna be good though. So look at that, isn't that beautiful? I love it. So this is just a fun, easy recipe to make. Super fast, as you saw. It's a great recipe to know how to make when you need something quick. Just try it really quick, just some plain old syrup, powdered sugar. It's really good with some bananas or strawberries if you have any, but I don't have any right now, so. So good. It's amazing.
I have lots of really great recipes to share with you, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any. Thanks for being here on Robyn on the Farm.